South Korea brings hypersonic tech to the AUKUS table, in a sign Seoul is moving closer to the US and its other allies. 0 Philippines says won't raise South China Sea tensions, won't use water cannons. 0 Russian troops enter base housing US military in Niger, US official says.
China to look for ways of settling Ukrainian crisis jointly with France, announced Xi, and Europe needs China to address security, climate challenges, claimed Macron. 0 Switzerland invites Pope Francis to peace conference on Ukraine. 0 Czechia, Estonia will not attend Putin's inauguration on May 7th, and Czech Republic recalls ambassador to Russia.
North Korean missile that landed in Ukraine used fake Japan part. 0 BBC comments as Cubans lured to Russian army by high pay and passports. 0 Russia puts Ukraine's Zelensky on criminal wanted list. Also, Russia puts former Ukrainian interior minister on wanted list. Polish general called for mining borders with Belarus and Russia. Latvia digging anti-tank ditches on border with Russia, Belarus. 0 Ukraine plans counteroffensive in 2025 with $61 billion U.S. military aid, Sullivan says, and U.S. may send troops to Ukraine if Kyiv defeated, Democratic leader says. 0 Forbes comments as Greece and Turkey are adamant about retaining their Russian missiles.
3 Israeli soldiers killed as Hamas claims responsibility for attack on Kerem Shalom border crossing, shutting off humanitarian aid. Israel tells Palestinians to leave eastern Rafah ahead of expected offensive. Israel not to accept Hamas re-establishing control over Gaza, said Netanyahu. Biden administration pauses one ammunition shipment to Israel, reason unclear.
Turkey inflation hits almost 70% in April, dampening interest rate cut hopes. 0 In Argentina, May started with deflation in food and strong discounts are coming in almost all sectors. 0 Cuba opens visa-free doors to Chinese tourists as direct flights resume.
Malaysian kids not school ready enough. More preschool access needed, announced by the World Bank. 0 Korea's working age population to dip nearly 10 by 2044, amid low births. 0 EA in Australia, Albany's government to wipe $3 billion in student debt, benefiting 3 million people.
AstraZeneca admits its COVID vaccine can cause rare side effect in court documents for first time. 0 In Germany, Minister of Health extends the statute of limitations for billing fraud in corona tests. 0 Thailand forbids marriage under the age of 17 after a Malaysian man married a child aged 11. 0 In Brazil, Pastor Ana Paula Valadão is condemned by the courts for saying that gays are to blame for AIDS.
Haaretz comments as Netanyahu hoped Hamas would reject the ceasefire offer. When it didn't, he turned to sabotage. Netanyahu says Israel cannot accept Hamas' demand to end Gaza war. Defense chief announces Rafah offensive imminent. Israeli army begins evacuation of civilians from Rafah. 0. Reportedly, in a 2018 letter, Netanyahu asks Qatar to fund Hamas. 0. CIA director heads to Qatar amid near collapse of hostage deal, as talks on Gaza end in Cairo, Hamas delegation returning to Doha. Crypto excluded from new South Korean donations law. 0. Bitcoin millionaires now opt for real estate over luxury cars. 0. Nigeria mulls over banning P2P crypto transactions. Labels crypto trading as national security concern.
Visa's new index reveals over 90% stablecoin transactions not from real users.
Israel orders Al Jazeera to close its local operation and seizes some of its equipment. 0. ICC demands Israel, U.S. end threats against the court over Gaza war probe. 0. Grant Shapps and Royal Navy captains who shot down Houthi missiles slapped with sanctions by Iran. Department of Justice alleges Google destroyed hundreds of thousands of chats as antitrust case winds down. 0. Poland says it too was targeted by Russian hackers. 0. EU plan to force messaging apps to scan for CSAM risks millions of false positives, experts warn. Jack Dorsey leaves Blue Sky board, calls Musk's X a freedom platform. 0. Swiss public broadcasters withdraw from X/Twitter. 0. French bakers make world's longest baguette, beating Italy. Warren Buffett rings the alarm on AI, comparing it to the atomic bomb and warning it will supercharge fraud. 0. AI girlfriend tells user, Russia not wrong for invading Ukraine, and she'd do anything for Putin. 0. Alternative clouds are booming as companies seek cheaper access to GPUs. In South Africa, Shell could exit SA after BE partner fallout, risking $73 million of shareholder investments. 0. Hyundai to invest $923 million on self-driving JV Motional. 0. Hong Kong Monetary Authority to rebrand virtual banks as licensed digital banks.
Warren Buffett's Berkshire Hathaway mulls major new investment in Canada, and Buffett says India holds unexplored opportunities for future Berkshire leaders. 0. Buffett praises Apple after trimming it, drops Paramount stake. 0. 10 years ago Microsoft bought Nokia's phone unit, then killed it as a tax write-off.
India's foreign minister reacts to murder charges, claims Canada welcomes criminals. 0. Taliban face rare public uprising against their rule in northeastern Afghanistan, and Taliban establishes investigative delegation to address protests in Badakhshan province. 0. Half of people in Ireland in favor of migrant checkpoints at Northern Ireland border, poll finds. Kristi Noem thinks Biden's dog should have met the same fate as her poor cricket. 0. Donald Trump says Joe Biden is running a Gestapo administration. 0. A driver dies after crashing into a security barrier around the White House complex, authorities say. 0. Teenager turns himself in for assault on German lawmaker.
NYC's Adams vows to protect graduations as lapse shuts USC camp. Anti-war protesters leave USC after police arrive, while Northeastern ceremony proceeds calmly. 0. Iran offers scholarships to expelled pro-Palestine students in US, Europe. 0. Romney and Blinken blame TikTok and social media for awful PR against Israeli war effort in Gaza.
Stand-up comedy has tripled in size over the last decade. 0. Kim Kardashian greeted with loud boos at Tom Brady's greatest roast of all time Netflix special. 0. Kendrick Lamar calls Drake a pedophile on Not Like Us, and Drake denies pursuing underage women on new Kendrick Lamar diss track, The Heart Part 6.
Qantas will pay $66 million penalty and compensate passengers for selling tickets on thousands of ghost flights it had already decided to cancel. 0. Boeing faces 10 more whistleblowers after 2 die. 0. In South Africa, Johannesburg Power Utility calls for army intervention to fight cable theft.
Space Force finds a dead Cold War-era satellite missing for 25 years. Zero Hubble network makes Bluetooth connection with a satellite for the first time. Zero China can build the largest collider on Earth. CERN president says.
Another drop in the ocean of AI. E0, Open Voice V2. The input speech audio of Open Voice can be in any language. Open Voice can clone the voice in that speech audio and use the voice to speak in multiple languages with accurate tone color cloning, zero-shot cross-lingual voice cloning, and flexible voice style control.
CISA's cybersecurity alerts and advisories. Zero, CISA and FBI release Secure by Design alert to urge manufacturers to eliminate directory traversal vulnerabilities. Zero, CISA releases 3 industrial control systems advisories for CyberPower Power Panel, Delta Electronics DIA Energy, Chirp Systems Chirp Access. Update C.
Global top-selling and top-played games across Steam. Zero from the top 100 products by revenue for Tuesday, April 23, 2024 to Tuesday, April 30, 2024. Zero Counter-Strike 2. Mana Lords. Dota 2. Apex Legends. Helldivers 2. PUBG, Battlegrounds. Apple App Store for iPhone, top paid games, Zero Minecraft. Heads Up. My Child Lebensborn. Puppets Freezeria to go.
Top paid Android games on Google Play US. 4 May 6, 2024. Zero Minecraft. Geometry Dash. Stardew Valley. Bloons TD6. Slay the Spire.
Nintendo US digital bestsellers. 0. Stardew Valley. Another Crab's Treasure. EA Sports FC 24. Endless Ocean Luminous. Minecraft.
From the hashtag Netflix Global Top 10 list of April 22nd to April 28th, 2024. 0. Weekly top lists of the most watched TV in English. 0. Baby Reindeer. Limited series. Dead Boy Detectives. Season 1. Unlocked. A Jail Experiment. Season 1. 0. Colorado Camelin Lane. Season 2. 0. Weekly top lists of the most viewed TV, non-English. 0. The Assunta Case. Limited series. Queen of Tears. Limited series. Brigands. The Quest for Gold. Season 1. Deliver Me. Limited series. From the hashtag Netflix Global Top 10 list of April 22nd to April 28th, 2024. 0. A weekly list of the most viewed films, in English. 0. Rebel Moon, Part 2, The Scargiver. Anyone But You. Woody Woodpecker Goes to Camp. 0. Rebel Moon, Part 1, A Child of Fire. What Jennifer Did. Hack Your Health, The Secrets of Your Gut. 0. Weekly list of the most viewed films, non-English. 0. City Hunter. Love, Divided. Article 370. The Tearsmith. L'Hôpital Ladies. The Wages of Fear. Hashtag Apple Music Top Songs May 6th, 2024. 0. Not Like Us. Kendrick Lamar. Euphoria. Kendrick Lamar. Family Matters. Drake. $1 Million Baby. Tommy Richman. Like That. Future. Metro Boomin. Kendrick Lamar.
The Daily Digest of 06 May 2024. 0A News on Crypto, Streaming, Tech, Politics, Showbiz, AI, Health and Environment.